Good day. Hello. Welcome. Bienvenue. Hey, Kim. This is Rachel and our good friend.
Kim Mello.
And once again, we are here to welcome you to a beautiful time of way chill living. And we're super excited that you're here today.
Yes, we are. We're happy to be with you. Happy Sunday morning, you guys.
Yay! And we're going to continue on with our discussion of chakras. So, we had a beautiful meditation on our last episode with Yvette, and I just got the second part of that video, which will play on Monday. So, we didn't have much time last time to talk about that, but were you able to get your gift, your cosmic gift from your ego when you did that?
Actually, I think I got that gift the night before last in the form of a dream. And it was so on point because when I woke up, I was like, what the heck was that? And I've been getting a lot of those lately. But when I thought about it, it was two things that I really needed to let go of. And boy, were they evident in this dream. One was in the form of a car that I was trying to uh, uh, put in park and I couldn't. And so I was stuck there, keeping this car from rolling and hitting somebody. I was stuck there because I was stuck in that situation. It was a very specific person involved in it. But anyway, um,
That is that is a great dream analysis, which by the way, we will have some guest visitors that really do dream analysis for us
oh,
coming up in the next few weeks.
mhm,
But just dabbling into it,
mhm,
thinking about that you were in a car
mhm.
and that you
I
couldn't
was
put
not
it in
in
the park.
the car. I was trying, it was someone else's car. And
Oh,
trying to like put it somewhere to like give them a like the finger, so to speak, but I'm the one who ended up having to tend it the whole time to make sure it didn't hit anybody else, like roll away and hit somebody else. And I was always on the outside of the car trying to, so it's like in trying to you know uh like one up somebody or show somebody else something, all I was doing was occupying my time because they were already gone. It was
wow, that is really big. And you were on the outside and you couldn't get the car to stop.
right, exactly. No matter what I did on the inside with the the brake or the, I couldn't get it to stop. So I was left tending it, making sure it didn't hit anybody else.
So you couldn't stop somebody else's chaos.
Hmm.
All you could do was manage it.
Hmm.
Is
Or
that
take myself completely out of it because I was
or
stuck, yeah, because I was stuck where I didn't want to be with that car.
because it had so much to do with you. It didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't your car.
Nope.
It wasn't your situation.
Nope.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I see no lessons or information in there at all. And I see in no way whatsoever is this related to your ego of wanting to help everyone and wanting to resolve the issues and to make
Oh.
everything a safe and happy place.
Mm. No, no, not me.
I think that's a wonderful example. That's exactly what Yvette was talking about,
Yeah.
is that experience of sometimes we think that we're helping situations. We think that we're doing the right thing. And
Mhm.
really, it's somebody else's chaos, and it doesn't matter what we say or do, it's not going to change the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, does that go to the whole idea of about worrying? Because worrying is you accomplish so much with worrying. I mean, I love getting caught in that downward spiral of spinning
Oh.
out of control into sadness and worrying about all of the world's issues.
Mhm. Or even just our own issues, because worrying doesn't solve our own issues either. I mean, we can take action, but worrying does not help the situation at all. In fact, it worsens it for us.
Oh, worrying gives you great
A
things like
fog.
stomach problems and headaches and gout and, oh, all kinds of groovy
All kinds
things.
of
The more that you worry, the more physical dis-ease you have within your body.
Mhm.
Yes, and so that's why it is so important to work with our inner self, our middle self or our ego, and our higher self. One is not better than the other, and we need all three to exist coherently.
Yes. Mhm.
Today, as we are discussing the chakra energies, I should bring my bells or something when I say that.
Mhm. Mhm.
We're going to look at the soul seed or the connector into Mother Earth. And when we understand that we have the strength of the third dimension, when we have the strength of Mother Earth, and we have that strength of that, the divine feminine, the physicalness,
Mhm.
it always makes me feel like, for lack of a better term, Wonder Woman.
Mhm. Oh.
Because it comes from beneath and
Mhm.
okay, so I'm not the tallest person. I'm 5'3", but I feel like I'm 6'3" when I really do these grounding meditations and I connect into that soul seed.
Mhm.
It gives me an opportunity to not worry because it fills me with so much confidence and so much strength. I just feel that there's more than I can accomplish by sending out positive thoughts, love, and daydreaming for a better future
Mhm.
than I can by worrying, how am I going to stop this car from rolling away?
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's not even my car,
Oh.
right? It wasn't even your car. Uh,
Mhm.
so again, I can sit here and tell you about all of the conspiracies of the problems right now in the world, and we can start freaking out and, oh, there's bird flu and rice shortages, and I don't know. I don't know. We've been talking and crying about things for 30 years, or I mean, as long as I can remember, there's always been some massive issue. And oh, Chicken Little, the world is falling. Or there's always something, right?
Mhm. Always,
There's
yeah,
always
always.
something.
So, yeah.
So when we have a connection into earth, it's like connecting into ourselves because it gives us that security, that strength. So the soul seed is not typically talked about in the traditional chakras. If you look at the original seven through the Hindu religions, or you might have learned it in yoga class, the soul seed is beneath your feet, and it literally is the shape of a seed.
Mhm.
Kim, were you ever told the parable of the mustard seed? It's in
No,
the Bible.
no.
I thought maybe your dad, because he was such an orator. He really knew how to tell stories. So in the Bible, they tell the story of the mustard seed. And the mustard seed is one of the teeny tiniest seeds on this planet. And the mustard seed is what reminds me of our soul seed. It's this
Mhm.
little teeny tiny littleness that is so expansive that can grow into such a huge mustard plant. I mean, it's huge bush, this huge tree. It's ginormous.
Mhm.
Well, that's just exactly what we're connected to beneath our feet. This little tiny seed has this enormous roots and these enormous branches that go up. And so, this is why when we do meditation, I like to say the more grounded you are, the higher you go up,
Mhm.
the more connected you are to your soul seed. So the soul seed at the bottom of your feet not only is this connection into earth, but when we go into meditation and we flitter off to other dimensions, time and space, you have a golden thread or
Mhm.
a cord that connects you back to earth, back to your avatar. That's comes out of your soul seed. That comes out of your connection from the bottom of your feet. It may show in your hara or different parts in your body, but your soul seed marks you as an avatar, as a sentient being from planet Earth. And so that's why this little seed is so important. And everybody has it. Everybody has all the chakras. But this is something that can't be blocked. This is something that can't be taken away. It can't be negated in any way whatsoever. It is your connection. Now, people can deny it and they can try to cut it off. I spoke to a beautiful healer once who said that she went way too far in her meditation and she went completely out of her body and she went to basically the gates of heaven and asked to get in, and they're like, no, no. You're way too soon. You got to go finish your stuff on earth. You can't be in this place, because once you come up into this area, you don't go back to earth.
Mm.
And so she got sent back to the earth with the hounds of hell to keep her in earth, not to scare her. They were actually these beautiful like dragon dogs that were supposed to help her, but because we're afraid of the unknown within her own mind, it became the hounds of hell, and she felt punished.
Mm.
It wasn't a punishment. They're just certain places, certain heavens that you only go to when you no longer have an avatar or you no longer have a physical form on this place. Otherwise, there's really no purpose or reason for us to be there. Did you know that we're here on Earth to have experiences? Did you understand that Earth is just a learning place for us to learn how to get along?
Continual learning never stops.
Never stops. So this soul seed beneath our feet, this is why it's so important to start with here, because we are earthlings. We are connected to Earth. In fact, I'm really excited about when we go do the first chakra on Wednesday. We are going to have a lovely meditation by one of my closest, dearest friends, Vanessa DeRover. And Vanessa is going to show us how to really ground into the earth, and with an understanding, again, that when you are connected in, they would say that the first chakra represents flight or fright.
Mm.
It goes into psychology too. Are you going to run, or are you going to stay and fight? Well, we've kind of grown past that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now in this first chakra, it's really going to be, are you connected in, and do you believe in who you are? Or are you going to allow others to rule you? Because the original sin has been taken away. It doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jesus. So we kind of touched on that. So today I thought that I would do a brief meditation so that you can feel that soul seed yourself. And so that you can feel that connection that you have in the earth. And so that you can understand that there is nothing that can separate you from God. There is nothing that can separate you from God. There is not a vaccine. There is not a magical wand. There is only the fear that gets into your own mind that can disconnect you. You can disconnect yourself from God, not others. But you may have so much fear, like a fear from voodoo or Santeria, where they put you into a state, or somebody curses you, where you feel your own fear coming through.
Mm. Or Catholicism, or
Or
any religion.
any
Yes.
religion.
Yeah.
as much as I love Buddhism, there's a
Mm,
lot of suffering in there too. 10,000 years of crying. I don't want to do that
mhm,
anymore. So almost every religion has some sort of fear that they drag in there for you, and we don't need to have that anymore.
and would you say that's the human aspect of the religions? That's because it's brought through us,
Absolutely.
translated through humans. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I have problems with the Bible, is
Mm,
because it may have been God's words or
mm,
his God's thoughts,
mm,
but man wrote it, man translated it, man censored it. Thank you,
mhm,
the Apostles' Creed.
mhm,
Yeah, you all censored it. You took out the books. The most
mhm.
important, well, I think one of the most important
Um,
book, the
mhm,
Mary Magdalene, it wasn't even included in there, and let alone all the history of the Kabbalah,
mhm.
and that should have been in there from the Old Testament. But
And even though we as humans use language to communicate, language actually can distort things because the word of God is really a feeling. It is not is there are no words needed. It's the realization and the feeling. And so man, we put our own words to somebody else's meaning. So we are, you know, through, whether we intend to or not, we distort it.
I am a big fan of Marvel, and I'm sure
Mm,
anybody who knows me will hear a lot of my comments on there. And then one of the things that my favorite quote from Thor
mm,
in the Marvel Avengers movie series is
mm.
Thor says all words are made up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because they're going to some crazy planet and somebody says, "That sounds made up." And Thor, the god of thunder, says, "All words are made up."
Mhm,
Of course, that was made up. Everything's been made up.
mhm.
And I love that because it goes to exactly what you're saying.
Yes.
A word could have meant one thing to a culture, and then it gets warped and changed.
Hmm.
A very simple example of that is the word geek.
Mm,
Okay,
mhm,
so I use the word geek a lot. I like to say, "Oh, I'm a geek," or "I'm a nerd," and I like to do things this way. Do you know what that word actually means?
mm-mm. I mean, I
Okay,
do, but
there's this movie, current movie. It's actually a remake called Nightmare Alley,
oh,
and it talks about the old circus shows where
mhm,
they would have different they would call freaks, or they would
mhm,
they would put humans on display in costumes, or if you had uh well, if I wouldn't have shaved my beard and mustache and done electrolysis, I could have been the bearded lady. But the word geek came from taking an alcoholic who was already broken and throwing them into a pit
mm,
and making them eat live rats
mm,
and completely dehumanize them and turn them into a geek.
mm,
And when they would do the geek in training, it was this horrible, horrible, and it really freaked me out because I realized that here's a word that I
mhm.
call myself, that I freely use, and yet its original term is to take a human and break them into uh
Not even an animal, really. Just an abomination, really. Just an.
yeah, yeah, and it just crushed me. So um I'm of the belief that we have to now elevate these made up words, right? So I saw where the word came from, and I love the fact now that you have the Geek Squad,
Mm,
okay, from Best Buy,
mhm,
and they are not abominations. They
no.
are very intelligent, sentient beings who help us, right?
Yeah, where would we be without the geeks? In my
Right.
opinion, where would we be? The geeks and the nerds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that also leads to my comment that I don't like censorship, And I understand that words are so powerful, and that's where spelling came in, and putting spells on people. But at the same time, these words need to be elevated. You know, we need to forgive. Another faggot was a cigarette or a bunch of branches,
Yes.
and
Fag branch. Yes.
and then it became a derogatory term, and now it's being elevated again. You know. All right, I'm getting off topic. So let's go back to our soul seed. And if we have just a moment, it'll just take 5 minutes. Let's do a little meditation so that we can really feel that energy and understand that connection. Does that work for you, Kim?
Perfect. Let's go, Rachel.
Awesome. All right. So, if you want to lay down for this, go ahead. Find yourself in a really quiet place just for a moment. And if you want to put your headphones on, go right ahead. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Feel that energy filling you. As you exhale out, I want you to imagine as though you're releasing what you no longer need. Breathe in and release. As you follow your breath, you find that your whole body begins to calm. If you notice that you have thoughts about things you want to do later, or that you're worried about something, just accept the whole thought, let it think itself through, and then say, I'll deal with that later. And as we find a space of peace within, we start with our imagination. It is through imagination that all things manifest and the futures are created. Breathe in and out. And imagine as though you can feel your soul. Imagine as though you can step out of your physical body. As we humbly ask our guides and ascended masters to please be with us as we begin to float out of our body. We invite in the divine temples, the divine wisdom, the divine consciousness, the divine love. And just for a moment, see yourself sitting there, lying there, and as you see your physical, perfect state of who you are, you see that golden silver thread that attaches you. And as you see this beautiful golden thread, instead of going up, up into the heavens, we're going to follow this golden thread down, down, down. Imagine as though the golden thread has turned into a golden cave. It is not a dark cave, it is bright light, a rose gold light, a warmth. See yourself floating, walking, flying down this golden cavern. It is a safe feeling within here. If you see a boulder or a piece of coal or something in your way, float through it, send love to it, and watch it dissipate. You don't have to move these blocks. You can go right through them, for they are rocks of strength in holding you up. As you continue through this golden hallway, this beautiful, sparkling state, you see there is a bright, white light at the end of the tunnel. The closer you get to this bright light, you see that it is in the shape of a football or of a seed. It has a point on the top and then it goes round and a point on the bottom. It almost looks as though you are going to enter into the eye of the source. But as you get towards this white, bright light through the golden cord, you see that you have entered into the center of the earth. You see that you are in front of the largest single quartz, beating heart of the center of the earth. Just for a moment, feel the energy of Mother Earth's heart. Feel the prismatic love and the records of the history of this planet. Feel the connection deep beneath your feet, into your heart, into your whole being. The divine goddess has a beautiful gift that she is placing on you. It may look like an old fishing net, but it is actually a beautiful garment sewn of this golden thread. It may remind you of an armor that you put on if you were a knight, or if you were going into a battle in protection. But this beautiful rose silver gold garment is not to protect you as much as it is to connect you. Pull the hood up over your head and you feel now how every cell in your being is grounded into the earth. You feel that spark give you strength through all of your chakras, including your third. In your stomach area, you feel a circular pattern holding you, uplifting you. Just for this moment, absorb this great, loving energy. Feel the rose silver bowl emulate out of you as you receive. Some of you may feel little flecks or things being pulled off of you, old ways being removed. The connection to this planet, to this plane, becomes enhanced. As we absorb in the energy and the love of Mother Earth. Some of you are able to see the other pathways and passages through other planes, dimensions, times, space. You may come into this Vesca Pisces, into this soul seed anytime. And through here, you may open the doors and the gates to any place on this planet, in this solar system, in this universe. For the heart of our mother is the gateway to all. As you flow through your love and your energy, you receive the love of the earth, expanding it through all of your cells, strengthening your connection You turn and go back through that rose gold silver cave. You find yourself floating, walking, stronger, freer, with more confidence as you follow that beautiful golden cave back up, 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 back up, 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 up to the bottom of your feet. Seeing yourself once again sitting there, lying there in front of you. You find yourself floating into your body, stepping into this present moment, feeling yourself fully and completely present here with me once again on planet Earth as you have connected into your most perfect higher self. In your own time and space, find yourself present, wiggle your fingers, and let us know that you are here present. Well, how are we all doing? I see we have some live guests too.
Lovely. Great. Are they talking to you yet?
I just got some hearts and some loves, so
Oh,
that's a good thing.
wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yeah, that was quite a journey. My experience of it was I was swimming, like just swimming freely, just like free floating, swimming, immersed in this beautiful like rose energy and light in this water, because that's what I relate to as in freedom, is swimming in underwater. And it was just beautiful, like just connecting. It's like my head and everything was connecting to all their energy, to everybody's. It was very beautiful, very
Yay!
energized and just open right now. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. So that one true meditation connects everything on this planet.
Mhm.
Everything. So that was this whole idea. I always feel it right here. In fact, it kind of
Mhm.
makes me hungry.
Mhm.
Well, we've gone a little bit longer today, and that's because I do get chatty. But I'm really grateful that you're here. And please follow us if you haven't already. Sign up below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also sign up for newsletters at waychilllife.com. I do sessions and have all kinds of groovy things for you. And we are so, oh, I love my new robe of light. Yeah! Somebody got their new garment on of love. Uh-huh. I love our new garments of love and light because it really does expand out in who we are. And it's not necessarily a protection, it's a booster of who we are. So,
Mhm.
all right. Well, kisses to you, Kim. Thanks for everybody who's watching. Any closing statements?
Mhm.
Nope. All right. Well, we're sending out our love to you. And
Mhm.
just for this moment, be love. Thank
Bye, everyone.
you.